All right, joining me now is Democratic strategist and host of Kurt's Country, that's Kurt Bardella, along with Republican strategist and national security expert Arif Halaby. It's good to have you both here with me. Arif, let's start with you. We just heard President Trump speaking aboard Air Force One, saying that it might be necessary to find some sort of extension. What are your thoughts, and does this surprise you to see the president use this type of language and speak about it this way?
Yeah, this explosion time, this time of actual deadlines, and when the healthcare subsidies are going to end. This was put in by Democrats years ago. This time bomb, if you will, was designed to explode now. And here's where the problem lies: the third-party administrators, the middlemen in between the insurance companies and the consumer. So now there's four layers instead of just two, meaning there's the consumer, there's the third-party administrator, there's the insurance company, and then there's the healthcare provider. When you have all of those layers of people that need their own benefits, their own salaries, their own electric bills that have to be paid, you have a numerous amounts of healthcare expenses. And here's the bottom line with it: is these dollars, just like they did under Obamacare, it went straight to the insurance companies. It didn't go to me and you. It went to the insurance companies, bought some time, and now we have to pay the piper.
So, but just to clarify, does it surprise you that the president is now pivoting in this way, Arif?
Well, I think the pain in American consumer is going to be high. Right after Obamacare was put into place, my particular premiums went from $872. 2 years later was $3,300 a month. So explain to me how that's supposed to help people when you have other individuals, suffering. So I think he's trying to just soften the pain, Alex.
All right, Kurt, let's turn it to you. Talk a little bit about the overall impact. Obviously, I went through the dollar amounts in my intro to this political panel, but can you give us a better idea of how this might impact Americans and what you see happening next?
Well, there are kind of two really big, I think, impacts here. One, American families are going to be asked to do more with less. It's less money they're going to have coming out of their in their bank accounts every month, and that's going to be a problem too. Just the overarching perception is getting baked in that the economy under Donald Trump isn't as advertised. This is a guy who ran for office promising to have a robust economy on day one, that he would fix everything magically overnight, and it turns out that's not the case. Prices are still up. People feel like the economy is just as bad as it was under Biden, if not getting worse, despite all the grandiose promises. And now the kicker, they're being asked to pay more out of pocket for healthcare every month. They're going to blame Donald Trump. They're going to blame the Republicans, because those are the people who are in power and who haven't done anything to fix it yet.
So, Arif, what do you think about the way that Republicans on Capitol Hill might react to the president's comments, or might strategize the overall direction moving forward? I'm thinking about Mike Johnson in particular. Is it in his best interest now to go along with what the president now is suggesting on Air Force One, or should he still be holding the line, given that this was a fight that they were putting up with throughout the entire government shutdown?
Well, Republicans had a chance to fix this. John McCain was the one that decided to pivot and vote with the Democrats. Look, there's two different economies. The economy specifically that most Americans are feeling. When $11.8 billion was spent in one day, it's called Black Friday. Take a look at the malls. Take a look at the grocery stores. They're full. People had wonderful times. The Democrats have to talk down the economy. It's a second economy, the second biggest economy we've ever had. I think people have to understand. Look, the Democrats do not want us to succeed as a nation, because they will look bad and they're going to lose seats. They want you to feel afraid and fear.
Kurt, don't you think it might be in the best interest for both Republicans and Democrats to get on board with this and find a solution that is in the best interest of Americans? I'm thinking about the midterms coming up, and it's sort of like a double-edged sword. Most certainly they want to hold the line, but at the same time, there are Republican constituents out there that are going to be suffering just like Democratic constituents.
No, first of all, let me just get something straight here. The idea that Democrats want everyone to suffer is a surprisingly simple and stupid and idiotic thing to say on national television. Only a moron would say that out loud. That was just proven on our air right now. Second, Democrats proved in the last election cycle here that when people feel like affordability isn't working, Democrats win, Republicans lose. We saw it in Virginia, we saw it in New Jersey, we saw it in New York City. We saw it in every election across the board. Republicans hemorrhaging with all the voters that they need. The voters that the Trump coalition had in 2024 that they have hemorrhaged ever since. It's because of the economy. It's because of affordability. It's because of inflation. It's because cost of living's gone up, and now healthcare is going up. It's that simple. Democrats don't need to be rooting on the idea that the economy is bad. The economy's not great. People feel that way. It might be great if you're a billionaire. It might be great if you're Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. It might be great if you run a business. But for everybody else, which is the majority of people who aren't making six figures a year, this economy sucks. And the idea that anyone has to say otherwise to trick people into thinking something that isn't true, that's what the Republicans try to do. They try to tell you every day.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the.
This is the greatest.
Let's take a look at the honesty.
This is the greatest presidency in the history of mankind. This is awesome. People don't feel that way. And the more that Republicans and Trump try to convince people of that, the more they're going to look like Biden. It didn't work for Biden and Democrats in 24.
Yeah.
Ain't going to work for Republicans in 2026.
Look,
Well, the
I love
dishonesty-
strong
look, Alex,
opinions.
this
We're
is-
going to keep it cordial and civil, though, guys. Arif, I'll go ahead and
Yes.
let you respond.
Yeah, the dishonesty that the left has used when Virginia and Washington and the Republicans lost, when there was 600,000 plus Democrat voters. These were all blue cities, all blue states. Of course, Republicans were going to lose. They got a little bit closer than they thought, but they still lost. It's expected. It's in the middle of blue territory. The second thing is, look, it's not me saying it. Look at $11.8 billion spent in one day. Are these stupid people? Are these all billionaires? Look at the grocery stores. Look at the malls. Pay attention to television. The idiotic or insane thing to say is that all Americans are suffering. Everybody is suffering. If you're in a blue state, if you're in California like me, you are spending $5 to $6 a gallon, even $7 a gallon in the blue cities of downtown LA. Can you imagine $7 a gallon for gas? And the rest of the city and the state. And we have oil wells right down the street and refineries on the other side. Literally, you do not have to get on the freeway. And Gavin Newsom and the Democrats are continually charging enormous amounts of taxes, pushing people down, making them feel bad. You've got to understand, $11.8 billion. Kurt, that's not a small number. And those aren't just billionaires out there shopping. And they're not just Democrats or Republicans. They're Americans.
Okay, we got to leave it there.
Shopping
Kurt
because they're
Bardella
great
and
deals,
Arif Halaby.
and
I'm
we
sorry.
have to do more with less.
I'm
Like,
sorry,
it's
guys. We
because
got to
it's
leave
Black
it there. We
Friday.
appreciate our political panel and such strong opinions. We'll definitely have you guys back. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
If you're
I'm
yourselves
excited.
finding your